Welcome back to lesson 2, me, Carron Little, talking about colour theory. Today we're going to focus on the secondary colours and then look at tertiary colours. Now, before I get started with painting, I always want to make sure that I'm working in an environment or a safe environment where I can get messy, because we like to get messy with art. If all you have in your house and you're in total quarantine, just use what you have. And if you just have the primary colours available, red, blue and yellow, then that is fine. What primary colours are these? Okay. Are these the hot or the cold primary colours? Okay, just take a moment to look at the hue of these colours. They're very bright, so I know that these are the hot primary colours. I want to add my cold primary colours to my palette. Alizarin crimson, lemon yellow and phthalo blue. And I'm going to start by mixing the secondary colour orange. Hopefully you discovered on yourself how to make orange. So we're going to recap on that. Now, secondary is when we mix two primary colours together. So I'm going to start by mixing orange, and I'm going to use quite a big chunk of yellow because again I want to fill my whole square on the paper. And I'm just going to add a tiny drop of red, and I'm going to clean my brush in between because I want to keep my primary colours clean. Now, do you see what a lovely bright orange I get here? Now let's see what happens when I mix the hot yellow with the cold red. I'm crossing the hot and cold primary colours. So I'm just going to add a little bit, clean my brush. Now let's move to green. Now I'm going to clean my brush with my rag. And again, I want a big chunk of yellow. I'm just going to mix the hot primaries together this time. Because blue, a darker colour than yellow, I'm just adding a drop. It's really going to change the hue. Now, do you see how that is a lovely green colour? I'm going to just add a little bit more blue. Slowly, adding more until you're happy with the tone that you've got. Now I'm going to mix the secondary colour of green using the cold primaries. I'm going to mix across the colour, so the hot yellow, just a dab of the cold blue. Very interesting when you mix across the hot and cold colours. That is delicious. Okay, a really strong green now. So, and again, just by adding a bit more paint, I can really alter the tone. So here we have a palette of secondary colours, orange and green. So now I'm going to move to the last secondary colour. We've mixed yellow and blue, and we've discovered that makes green. We've mixed red and yellow, and we've discovered that makes orange. So what are the last two? Well, we haven't mixed red and blue together. So let's do that now and find out what colour, what secondary colour that makes. I'm going to, because red is lighter than blue, again I'm just going to add a drop of blue. Now that is quite a mauve colour. Now that is probably the most successful purple on my palette today. And then that's more of a on the crimson side, but if I add a bit more blue, oh, now that is a delicious purple. So again, we need a piece of paper that we folded in half, folded in half again, folded in half again, and folded in half again. Filling my brush full of paint so I can get that nice clean edge, and then using the paint just filling up that whole box there, and then I'm going to use my dry brush just to create an even tone. Here I have already prepared a sheet where I've mixed the cold primary colours together to create these secondary colours, and I've mixed the hot in this area. When you look at this chart of the secondary colours, what do you notice is the difference between the cold primary colours when you mix those together and the hot primary colours. But I just want you to start to distinguishing and to be observing the difference and to be understanding the difference as you investigate with your own mixing and your own invention of colours. So we have learnt that when we mix two primary colours together, we get secondary colours. So today, I want you to experiment with what tertiary colours you can invent by mixing all three primary colours together, and then sometimes adding a bit more white, a bit more black, and just experiment and discover and see what happens. So thank you again for joining Carron Little at art class, and I look forward to seeing your painting experiments. Good day.